Okay, so in today's session, we are going to understand interface Python with MySQL. Okay, so how to connect Python with the MySQL, that is what we are going to understand. So as I have already told you, so whenever you develop in your 12th standard, you are expected to submit a project in which you have to use Python as your front end, and then you have to use MySQL as your back end. Okay, so to have the front end as Python and then to have the back end as MySQL, you have to establish the connection between Python and MySQL. Okay, so here we are going to learn how to establish the connection, because MySQL is the place where you are going to store the information. Okay, whenever we deal with any project, the project deals with a large amount of data. Okay, so that large amount of data, it is not possible to store in a program. We need a special software to store the information. Okay, that is what databases, where we are storing the information in a form of a tables. Okay, so when I'm storing the information in a form of a table, okay, everybody should not access the table directly. Okay, only the administrator, the people, those who are all authorized to use the table can access the table, can do the changes into the table. However, you may need the users, they may need a lot of information from the table. Okay, so here the Python, it will act as a user interface using which I'm going to get the queries or questions from the user, and then I'll be generating the query, and then I will be sending it to MySQL. Okay, so through Python, I will be collecting the information, and then I will be storing it in my table, or I will be getting the query, that is what are all the information that they need. I will get the question from the user, and then I will send the question in the required format to MySQL, and then from the MySQL I will be fetching the information, and then I will display that information to the user in a Python prompt. Okay, so here there must be a lot of data flow between Python and MySQL. Okay, so whenever we talk about any project or any software development, okay, there will be a lot of data flow between the front end and then back end. You may have to insert the data into the table. That data you will be collecting from the user, right? Okay, you will be collecting the information from the user through the Python program, and then through the Python program you will be inserting the information into the table. So here the information flows from user to Python to MySQL. Okay, in a similar way you may need some information. However, we are having the railway reservation. Okay, in a railway reservation, to find out what are all the trains that are running between the particular station, or what is the number of seats that are available. Okay, all those informations will be stored in a form of a table. So some of the information may need to be fetched from the table, and it has to be displayed to the user. So here the information flows from MySQL to Python to the user. So there will be lot of data flow between the my Python and then MySQL. Okay, so to have the smooth flow, to have the data flow between the Python and MySQL, we need to establish the connection between Python and then MySQL. So to establish the connection, what are all the steps that we have to follow? So that is what we are going to understand in this chapter. So in this chapter, what we are going to understand is that what are all the interface of Python with an SQL database. So prerequisite to connect Python with MySQL. Okay, prerequisite means what are all the requirements, what is your system requirement, okay, to connect Python with MySQL. And then we are going to understand connecting MySQL with Python, that we are going to understand. And then creating database connectivity application, what are all the different functions that are available to do the database connection, that we are going to discuss. And then display data by using these functions, that is fetch one, fetch all, row count, and then fetch many. Okay, so we are going to discuss different functions to display the informations to the user, or to display, to have it in a Python, and then how to perform insert, update, and then delete queries. Okay, so all these are all the topics that we are going to understand in this chapter. Okay, so first let us understand what is the introduction. Okay, so this is the introduction I was talking about. Okay, so every application, it requires data to be stored. Okay, so and then because I'll be having the large amount of data, so we will be storing the information in a backend, and then we will be using the front end as a tool to communicate with the table, and then to fetch, and then to insert the information. Okay, so the example, railway reservation system, and then student details. Okay, so these are all the examples for the projects that you can take. Okay, and then Python allows us to connect all types of database like Oracle, SQL Server, and then MySQL. Okay, you can use as a backend, you can use any of the databases like Oracle, SQL Server, or MySQL. So for our 12th standard, we are going to understand how to connect the Python program with MySQL. So this is what we are going to understand. So what are all the prerequisites or requirements of the system to have the Python with MySQL? Okay, so to connect Python with MySQL, of course, you need Python software to be installed, and then you need MySQL to be downloaded and then installed. Okay, so both are freely available, which you can download. Python with no time you will be able to download and then install in your computer. However, MySQL, to download MySQL, you have to do the registration, and then you have to send a confirmation mail, right? Okay, you have to do the with the proper mail ID for what purpose you are going to use, like that. From Oracle Corporation, they will be asking lot of questions. Okay, so you have to just fill the registration form, and then you have to confirm your email ID. So with that done, you will be able to download your MySQL. Okay, so you can download it from this the path that is given here. Okay, you can download your MySQL, and then you can download your MySQL. Once you download and install MySQL, right? Okay, so while installing the MySQL, now, okay, it will be asking a root password, and then a root user, and then password. So you have to give all those informations very carefully, and also you have to remember what is the password that you are giving. And more importantly, to install MySQL, you have to log in as an administrator only. Okay, only the administrator login, with the administrator login only you will be able to install MySQL, right? Okay, so once you install your MySQL, okay, so to use the MySQL, to establish to use your MySQL connector to the Python, first you have to install the MySQL connector. Okay, so we have already studied that Python can connect to any of the database. To connect Python to MySQL, you have to install the respective module into it. How you can install Abdina? In the command prompt, you have to type this command. Okay, so pip, okay, Python installation, that is pip install MySQL connector Python. You have to type this command in the administrator login. You have to open the command prompt, and then you have to type this. So once you type this, your MySQL connector Python, that module will be imported into your Python. Okay, children, there is a power cut. Just wait for a minute. Okay. So to use the MySQL connector in your Python program, you have to install that module. Okay, we have already written multiple programs using different modules like math and then string, etc. Okay, to use the math module, you will be importing that module, right? Okay, import math. You will be writing that statement. So to make use of the functions that are available under math module. similarly, but however, that math module, it will be available by default. Okay, so that is why it is called as a standard library. Okay, so which will come along with your Python interpreter. Okay, however, this particular module you're supposed to install only when you install. You can use that module with the help of import command, right? Okay, whatever the module that you wanted to use, right? Okay, you have to install it unless it is a standard library routine. Okay, so which is always available. You just have to specify the command and then you can start using it. However, all the other modules you need to install, and then you can use the import command. Okay, so once you install the MySQL connector, okay, it will be available in your Python. So after that, you can simply write import MySQL hyphen connector, and then you can start using what are all the functions that are available under MySQL connector, right? Okay, so this particular screenshot that explains you how the screen will look like when you install the MySQL. Okay, so this is my prompt, that is my user prompt. So here I have typed the instruction pip install MySQL hyphen connector hyphen Python. So when you give that, so it will take 2 or 3 seconds to start, and then it will take some around 15 to 20 seconds to do the installation. Okay, so it will take some few seconds. It will take 20 to 30 seconds it will take. So once it is successfully installed, you will be getting this information: successfully installed. Okay, whatever the Python SQL connector, whatever the version. Okay, all these information. So till this you have to wait. Okay, normally you have to wait for the next command, that is that user prompt. Till that you have to wait for that. Okay, so until you get this, you have to wait. So once you get this screen, which means that so your that SQL connector, it is installed and it is ready to use. Okay, so once it has been installed, now we are ready to write the Python program. Okay, so what is the very first step? So first we have to download and install Python, and then we have to do the registration, download MySQL, and then install MySQL. Okay, installing MySQL, it has to be done carefully with all the passwords and all that. Okay, so once you install Python as well as MySQL in your computer, you have to import MySQL connector module by using a pip command. Okay, once you install, now you are ready to write the program. Okay, so actually before you start writing the Python program, you may have to create some of the tables in your MySQL. So how to create the table, how to insert the data into the table, how to write the queries, we have already learned about it, right? Okay, we have already learned how to write all the queries, how to deal with the database, we have already learned it. Okay, so once you install MySQL, you have to create your own database, you have to create some of the tables, and you need to insert some information into it. Only then you will be able to write a program using which you will be able to fetch the information from the table that you have created, and then you can see it in your Python prompt. Okay, so before you start writing Python program, you write the queries to create the database, and then create 1 or 2 tables, and then have some data inserted into it. Okay, so after it is done, now I'm ready to write my Python program. Okay, what are all the steps that are involved, Dina? There are 7 steps which you need to follow, you must follow to establish the connection and to fetch the data. Okay, once the connector is installed, you are ready to connect your Python program to MySQL. The following steps to follow while connecting your Python program with MySQL: first, open Python, open the idle prompt. Okay, or whatever the software that you are using. Okay, you just open it, and then import the package required. So how will you import the package? So just by specifying the import command, import, and then you have to write it as mysql.connector. Okay, you have to write it as mysql dot connector. So this is the statement to import your package into your Python program. Okay, so and then if you want to give any alias name to this, yes, you can do so. Okay, we have already done it. Okay, so if you want to give some simple name, import mysql.connector as mysql or my connection, whatever the name that you like, because we will be using this name very frequently. What are all the functions that are present under this particular package? To use that function, you have to use this particular terminology, right? Okay, we know about it, right? So to use the math module, the functions that are present in the math module, how will you write the command? You have to write it as math.sqrt, math.pow, rand.randient, like that. You have to specify the module dot operator, and then you have to specify the function name. So here the package name, my module name is mysql.connector. Since it is being very big, you can give the simple alias name like A, B, C, or whatever the name, or any name of your choice. You can give it as a alias name, and then you can use it in your program. Okay, first you have to import your package. After importing your package, open the connection to the database using the connect function. You have to open the connection to the database. So in MySQL, you can have n number of databases, to which database you want to establish the connection. Right, okay. So when we talk about database, the database contains n number of tables, okay, and you can have n number of databases. You just recall, okay, what are all the, when I give the command show databases, even before I create any database, it lists the number of databases. So similarly, you can have n number of databases. So using the connect function, you have to specify to which database you have to establish the connection. What is the username and then password for the MySQL? Okay, so unless you know the username and password to open MySQL, even through the Python program, you will not be able to access the content. Okay, not everybody can access the table. Okay, you have to know, you should know the username and then the password, and if the server is in the remote location, the IP address of that particular server, or if it is in a local host, yes, local host abhina, it is not a problem. You just have to specify it as local host. All these detail you will be giving to connect to the database. Okay, what are all that we will be discussing in detail, don't worry. And then you have to create a cursor instance using a cursor function. Okay, so what do you mean by cursor? It is like a result set. Okay, so we'll be having all the informations when you execute, when you get the information from the SQL. Okay, so it will give all the information as such, as a bunch of bytes. Okay, so to have that information, you need to have that in one place, and then you have to take it according to your wish. Okay, so however, if something it's delivered to the particular chocolates or distributed abdina, I will give it as a box to the class monitor, and then you will be distributing to each one of the student. If someone is not available abdina, you will be keeping it, and then you will give it on the next day, like that. So what are all the information? Your SQL, it will give all the information as a whole information it will give you. Okay, so you need some place to store it and then fetch later. Okay, so the cursor is a function to do that task. Okay, so once it is done, you have to execute the query on that result set. Okay, so whatever the data, you have to write a query, select query, or if you want to fetch the information, or you want to insert, whatever you wanted to do, you have to execute the query on that result set. Right, okay. So once you execute the query, okay, again it will give you a lot of information. So how you want to display the information one by one, or all information, or many information. Okay, so how you want it, that can be done with the help of fetch all, fetch one, and then fetch many functions. Okay, so once you do all your tasks, you have to clean up the environment, so with the help of close function. However, it is exactly similar to your file handling. So first, to open the file, you will be opening the file with with the help of open function, and then after using the function you have to close the file, right? Okay, so otherwise you have to go for a with statement. Okay, so similar thing we are doing it here as well. So once you establish when you do the connect method, what it will do is, so it will establish the connection path. It will build a bridge. Abdin Ramadri, you just imagine it will build a bridge between MySQL and then Python. Okay, so once you finish all the work, you have to close that bridge. Okay, so that is what you are doing with the help of close function. Okay, so these are all the functions you have to do it. Okay, so let us understand all these steps one by one. Okay, so this particular picture, it will explain you how you will be giving the request, how it will be fetched from the database, right? Okay, so here this is my Python application. Okay, so this is Python this is your database. Okay, so this is your MySQL. Okay, so here MySQL, through the connect function, mysql.connector.connect, you will be establishing the connection. Okay, that connection request will be given to MySQL. So once it is connected, okay, it will reply it back, and then you will be creating the cursor. Okay, so after creating the cursor, you will be executing the query. So after executing the query, the result it will be given back. Okay, execute the query abdina, so it may be a select query or insert query or update query. That result, if it is a select query, it will be retrieving the information and then it will give it back to the MySQL connector. Okay, which then given to the Python application. Okay, so this picture just explains how the connection between Python and then MySQL happens. Okay, so here importing mysql.connector, how you can do, so you can do it as import mysql.connector, or you can write it as import mysql.connector as ms. Okay, this is ms is a alias name. Okay, you are giving another name, right? Okay, so using this name, you can use this name instead of mysql.connector in your program, right? Okay, so here ms is an alias, so every time we can use ms in place of mysql.connector. so once you import, what is the next step? You have to connect it. Okay, you have to connect it. Okay, so what are all the parameters for connect function abdina? So what is the host? That is, the host is nothing but, first, what are all the parameters abdina? It is host, username, password, and then the database. Okay, so what are all the mandatory parameters? It is host, username, and then password. So the database is a optional parameter which you can specify it later also. Okay, but we will be discussing with the database only. Okay, all these informations you have to give it while establishing the connection. So the host is the place in which your MySQL server is present, that is hosted. Where is your MySQL database server? Okay, whether in the same system or in a different system. Okay, so we have already discussed about it. So MySQL, which facilitates sharing of information. If you want to share the information, it must be hosted in a server. Okay, so it is, we also discussed that MySQL, it will work on the basis of client server architecture. That is, the database, it will be present in a server, and then from n number of devices you can send a query, and then you can fetch the information or do all the manipulations that you can do it from the client side. Okay, so here in my system I'm having both client and then server in my same system. Okay, so host is equal to, you have to specify the server in which, the name of the server. Okay, name of the server abdina, the computer name, or you have to specify the IP address in which the MySQL server is hosted. Okay, that IP address you have to specify. So if you are having MySQL installed and then Python program is also running on the same system abdina, so here you have to specify it as localhost. Okay, so localhost, this is the default name given to all the computers, that is self name. Okay, எல்லா கம்ப்யூட்டரோட நேமும் வந்து என்னது, by default it is a local host. Okay, when you are referring yourself, you have to say it as local host. Okay, when you want to ping another computer, you should know the name of the another computer, or you should know the IP address of the another computer. Okay, so here in my computer, my server present, my SQL server present in the same computer itself. So I'll be giving the host as local host. Okay, and then what is the username? Okay, by default default user that will be generated abdina, it is a root user. So if you have generated any other user, then you have to specify that username. And then what is the password? Okay, password, look at the parameter, it is PASSWD. Okay, so this is the parameter name, that is just like a keyword you have to use as such. And then you have to specify the password also explicitly, you have to give it. Okay, so the password you have to type it. And then database is equal to, so the database is equal to whatever the database that you have created, you have to specify. So what is the database that we have created for our demo? We have created, do you remember, anyone remember the database name that we have created?
Garment, ma'am.
Government is a table name. Government is a table name. Class 12 is the database name. Okay, class 12 is the database name. Okay, and the database create database, and then class 12 use database, use class 12 அப்படின்னு கொடுத்துட்டு தான் you have to get into the table. Okay, do you remember? Okay, so class 12 is the database name. In class 12 we have created the table as government. Government is a table name, but you have to, here you have to give the database name. Here you have to give the database name. Okay, database is the name of the database whose data we want to use. Okay, so and then once you get that, okay, you have to create an object for that, right? Okay, so here you have to write the command something like this. Okay, import mysql.connector as mys or ms, whatever the choice, and then my connection, you have to create an object for that, mysql.connector.connect, and then you have to specify this is in their computer, the username is root, and then the password is admin, and the database that they have used is company. In your computer, what is the username, what is the password, what is the database, you have to specify it. Okay, so if that connection is successful, so there is a function called is connected. So this function, it will be returning the value true if it is connected successfully. So I am writing this particular query to check whether it is connected properly or not, right? Okay, so if I write this statement, if my connection dot is connected, print successfully connected. Okay, this message gets printed if that connection is established successfully, right? Okay, so here after this I will be using this my connection object, okay, to do the further task, to create a cursor, to execute the to create the cursor, right? Okay, so first you have to establish the connection, and then you will be creating the object for that. Okay, my connection is a connection object which stores the connection established with the MySQL. Connect function, it is used to connect with MySQL by specifying the host, user, password, and then database. Okay, now we have connected Python to MySQL. So after that, this is the sample table that is available in that computer. Okay, so and then once you establish the connection, you have to create the cursor. Okay, so what is a cursor abdina? It is used as a control structure of database connectivity. When we fire a query to database, it is executed and result set is sent over the connection in one go. Okay, so it will be sent as one go. We may want to access the data one row at a time, but query processing cannot happen as one row at a time. So cursor help us in performing this task. Okay, cursor stores all the data as a temporary container. Okay, it stores all the data as a temporary container of returned data, and we can fetch data one row at a time from the cursor. Okay, so that is the purpose of cursor. So you need to create a temporary container for the data that you are fetching from that particular database. Okay, you need to create that. So how to create it? Simply we have a function called cursor. Okay, so what is the general syntax abdina? Cursor name is equal to connection object. Connection object abdina, and the connect function use panni nama enna object create pannamo, and the object name dot cursor. That's it. Okay, you just have to write this statement. Okay, so my cursor is equal to my connection. Inge munnadi nama enna kuduthnom, my connection, my con அப்படினு கொடுத்திருந்தோம்ல. So we have to use that my connection dot cursor. Okay, so and then to execute the query, what is the next step? We have to execute the query. You have to execute the query on the cursor. Okay, இங்க கர்சருக்கு என்ன ஆப்ஜெக்ட் கிரியேட் பண்ணியோ இந்த கர்சர் ஆப்ஜெக்ட்ல you have to execute the query. Okay, we use execute function to send the query to the connection. So here you have to use the cursor name. Cursor name inge என்னது? My cursor. So cursor, my cursor dot execute. So within execute function you have to specify the query that you wanted to. Okay, for example, my cursor dot execute of select star from emp abdina, it will give you the complete detail. Okay, so here look at the program given here. Import mysql dot connector I as mys, and then the same details. Okay, my cursor dot execute select star from emp, print my cursor. So when you print my cursor, only that query you will be getting. Okay, so you to have that information, if a query la vandittu my cursor la vandittu whatever the query that you have given, it will be there. So you have to use another function to fetch the information from that container. Okay, so adudha vandittu fetch all, fetch one, and then fetch many. Right? Okay, so output shows cursor is created and the query is fired and stored. Okay, but no data is coming. To fetch the data, we have to use the functions like fetch all, fetch one, and then fetch many. Okay, so fetch all, as the name implies, it will fetch all the information in one go. Okay, and it will be in the form of a tuple. Fetch one abdina, it will fetch only one record at a time. Fetch many abdina, to fetch how many rows that you want to fetch, that number you have to pass it as a parameter. That many number of rows it will be fetched from the result set. Okay, and then row count, it is another attribute which will tell you how many rows that are retrieved from the cursor so far. Okay, it will return the number of rows retrieved from the cursor so far. Okay, so this is what. Okay, first what you have to do, first you have to import the MySQL connector. Next, you have to establish the connection. Next, you have to create the cursor. Using the cursor, you have to execute the query. Once you execute the query, the result will be available. So that result you have to use. From that result, to view the information, you have to use fetch all, fetch one, or fetch many function to display it in your Python screen. Okay, so and then once you done that, once you do all those things, okay, you have to close the, you have to clean up the environment, right? Okay, you have to clean up the environment. Okay, so this is the example that is given. So let us see it from my computer. So in my computer I have already installed okay, so can you see my MySQL prompt? Children, can
Yes,
you?
ma'am.
Okay, so password, so use class 12. Class 12 is my database. Okay, so now show tables. Okay, so these are all the tables that I have created. Okay, so but in government table only we have some data, right? So select star from government, right? Okay, so these are all the information that I'm having, right? Okay, so I'm having a database and I have the table, and then I have some details present in that table. Okay, now what am I going to do is I'm going to write a Python program. I already wrote it, so let me just open that. So look at the program given here. Okay, so import mysql dot connector as mys. Okay, so I have imported it, and then my connection, the same name I have used. Okay, if you want to use some other name, you can use that as well. Mys dot connect, host is equal to local host, because my server is present in my computer itself. Okay, so I have created, by default the username will be root. Okay, by default the user will be root, but in my MySQL I have created another user, and then I have used password as this, and then look at the database name. The database name is class 12. Okay, you have to specify the details according to your MySQL. Okay, so and then if my connection dot is connected, okay, so I'm just checking whether it is connected successfully. Okay, so and then I will be printing the information successfully connected. Once you establish the connection, next you have to create a cursor. So my cursor is equal to my connection dot cursor, and then my cursor dot execute. Okay, you have to give the query in the execute. So in the execute function, what is the query that I have given? Select star from garment. Okay, so I have just given it. Okay, and then when you try to print my cursor, it will just print the query only. Okay, so to print the data one by one, okay, so q is equal to my cursor dot fetch all. I'm just using the fetch all function to display all the information. Okay, so the fetch all function, it will fetch all the information and it will store the information as a tuples. Okay, so in my queue I'll be having lot of tuples, so that will become a sequence. So how will you display the information from the sequence? So you can use a for loop. Okay, for a in queue of print a அப்படினு கொடுத்தனா, it will display it as a display each row as a tuple in my monitor. Okay, so let me save this and then let me run this. Okay, can you see? So it is successfully connected. Okay, the answer to this particular, the answer to the statement. Okay, so and then MySQL select star from garment. Okay, so why this particular line is displayed? This line is displayed because I have given print command for this. Okay, print my cursor. When you try to print my cursor, what is the query that you have given? Only that you can see, right? Okay, and then what are all the details that were present in the table? It is displaying it as a tuples. Okay, for loop use pandradhanaala it will display neatly. So if you remove that for loop, okay, so if I just comment it, you can also simply give like this, print q. Okay, okay, so it will be as a list of tuple. Can you see this? Can you see this? This is a list. So in a list, every single row, it will be displayed as a tuple. Every single information, every single row is displayed as a tuple. Okay, so it will display as such. Okay, as far as the space is available, it will be displaying. Okay, I am getting the neat presentation here because I was using a for loop. Okay, so inge vanditu this query, if you want to select something else, so select star from garment, where price greater than 1200, whatever the condition that you can give it here. Okay, so if you do that, okay, so the records having the information that is greater than 1200, that will be displayed, right? Okay, so here I'm just using this for loop because so when it execute the query, okay, it will store all the information as a list of tuples. Okay, it will be displayed, it will not be in proper order. Okay, so to have it in displayed in a proper order, I'm just using a for loop so that every single record it will be printed in each line, right? Okay, so here I can give whatever the query. Okay, so if you want to fetch the information, you can give the select query, or if you want to insert, if you want to update, that particular query can be given and then it will be updated. Okay, however, if you want to change any information into the table, okay, so for example, if you want to insert some information or if you want to update the information, you have to use a commit function to do the modification in the table. Okay, we will be discussing about it. So, okay, today we have learned how to establish the connection and then how to simply fetch the information and then display it in my Python screen. Okay, so that is what we have learned. Okay.